Spendor Splash 2024. Powered by Praise L Schools.
View on this mind-boggling topic. Therefore, stay put as you enjoy this show.
To move further in this talk show, let's introduce our brilliant and intelligent panelists who will be speaking about this topic. Please put your hands together as we make welcome them to the stage.
To proceed, let's meet our panelists. On my far left, we have and on my far right, we have
Alalibo Destiny, Ibude Paula, Honor Agada, Ruben Ogeneyule.
Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. So let's get straight to the point. What exactly is the meaning of the word Japa? I know we all have an understanding of the meaning of the word, but let's hear Paula's views on the meaning of Japa.
Thank you for that question. Actually, Japa is Yoruba slang, which means to move or to relocate to another place or country in search of greener pastures.
Thank you very much, Paula. Chloe, do you agree with what Paula just said?
Yes, I agree with what Paula said, but personally, to Japa means to permanently go to a country that is not your own.
You said permanently, but there are reasons where one may move to another country, but not for permanent reasons. Destiny, can you tell us those reasons?
Yes, there are different reasons why Nigerians continue to relocate, but not for permanent reasons. They include business, health, education, tourism, fun, and leisure.
Thank you very much, Destiny. So, Eberichi, can you tell me why Nigerians continue to Japa?
There are different reasons Nigerians continue to relocate, but let us begin with the access to a better and even free healthcare system. The hope for anyone planning to immigrate is to get access to a better and free healthcare system abroad. Most countries in Europe sometimes give free healthcare services to their residents. The long queues in our hospitals, lack of medical facilities, and the poor centralized database are enough reasons for a concerned person to relocate.
Thank you very much, Eberichi, for that wonderful point. Chloe, what is your view on this topic?
Well, I appreciate your stance on this topic, Eberichi, but it was noticed that way before Europeans came to Nigeria, Nigerians were living for a longer period of time. And this is because the herbs and plants used to produce those drugs abroad are gotten from Nigeria. And the reason Nigerians are getting sick more than before is because of all of the unhealthy food that the Europeans have imposed on us. So are Nigerians really going abroad to get a better medical health care? Or are they going to the roots of whatsoever put them in their poor health condition?
Amazing points from Chloe. Paula, could you tell me your take on this matter?
Despite Chloe's beautiful point, I still think there are reasons why Nigerians should continue to Japa. And one of them is corruption. This involves using resources that are supposed to be used for the good of the country for personal use. For example, a former Kogi State governor, Yahaya Bello, embezzled money that was supposed to be used for the good of the country to pay his children's school fees until they graduated. Or should I... Where senators shared money that was supposed to be used for the development of the Niger Delta amongst themselves, while workers were being owed money. Generally, corrupt leaders have hampered economic growth by diverting resources that are meant for the good of the country to themselves for their own use.
Interesting points from Paula. Thank you for that also. But Keziah, do you agree with what Paula said?
Thank you for that question. Well, I don't really agree with what Paula said. Yes, we all know Nigeria is a corrupt country, but there are still other countries that are more corrupt than Nigeria. And the reason that I feel that Nigeria should stop immigrating is becoming a second-class citizens. When Nigerians immigrate, they tend to be treated inferior compared to the citizens of the countries they go to. For example, they may have limited access to healthcare services, job opportunities, education,
some public facilities other people use freely, and other basic human rights just because of their skin color, background, or race. So with these reasons, I don't think I will still want to Japa. Brilliant points from Keziah. Honor, please could you tell me your take on this matter?
On the contrary, our nation is insecure. Insecurity is a major problem in our nation. This includes religious crisis, ethnic issues, criminal organizations, and so many more. In the year 2014, the jihadist terrorist group known as Boko Haram succeeded in kidnapping 276 teenage girls from a government school in Chibok, Borno State. Even here in the south, in the Niger Delta, there are militants making life a living hell for our dear citizens. So the whole country is insecure. Therefore, Nigerians have no other choice than to Japa.
Reasonable points from Hono Agada. But away from insecurity, Esosa, do you think it's still enough for Nigerians to continue to Japa?
Thank you, Honor, for that point. But even though there's insecurity in Nigeria, some other countries like America and all those Arabian countries have the highest sets of insecurities in the world. Just look at last year in Serbia. A boy carried his father's gun to school to kill his classmates just because he was being bullied. Bullying is also another part of insecurity. Youths over there end up going to depression and committing suicide due to bullying, but that doesn't occur in Nigeria, so we should not Japa.
Interesting points from Esosa. Destiny, could you tell me your view on this matter?
Although Esosa had a wonderful point, there are other reasons why Nigerians continue. Although Esosa had a wonderful point, there are other reasons why Nigerians continue to Japa, which includes bad governance. Bad governance is when the government makes policies that do not favor the people and the society. These policies include economic and political policies. Such economic policies include high electricity tariff. As of some months back, 1 kilowatt of power was 63 naira, and now it is 225 naira. So just imagine that. Why wouldn't I want to Japa? Or should I talk about the recent order made by the federal government, which is the deduction of money from people's deposits? That is just an unfair act to the people. There are also political policies, which include thuggery. For those who may not know what this is, it is the act of using force to steal election materials and vote for the wrong candidates, just like what happened in the last election. In Lagos, people who went Yoruba were not allowed to vote.
Thank you very much, Destiny, for those wonderful points. Well, Henrietta, despite what Destiny said, do you think it's enough for Nigerians to still Japa?
Thank you, Destiny, for that beautiful point. Despite Destiny's beautiful point, I don't think Nigerians should continue to Japa because bad governance as a reason to leave this country isn't a one-way street. We've seen issues of bad governance in these stable countries. For example, the COVID-19 pandemic made us witness one of the harshest treatments citizens of these countries with Japa 2 faced. We had Australians being dragged out of their homes by military. We had the French government preventing families from buying or even getting basic needs because they weren't vaccinated against COVID-19. Personally, I don't think Nigerians should continue to Japa.
Beautiful points from Henrietta. Eberichi, despite what Henrietta said, do you agree with what she said?
I am actually in support of her point, and I want to add. We say culture is a total way of life, right? Why then do we want to lose that? We are known for discipline and we are known for enterprise. We are strong people, mentally and physically. These define us. Why then do we allow these graces to be sacrificed on the altar for a culture that promotes immorality, indiscipline, and gangsterism, to say the least? I mean, I can't imagine myself suing my parents for disciplining me. Can you?
Well, I'm not sure if I would, but Yole, can you?
Why should I sue my parents all because they discipline me? That's actually wrong. But although Eberechi had a brilliant point, but I think in my view, one of the biggest problems of man is tribalism, especially in our country, Nigeria. This has led to an age-long problem that cuts across nations. and our culture and cultural beliefs still continue to serve as a dividing factor among nations. Now, what if we are all just human first before being Yoruba, Igbo, or Ijo? What if the color of our skin and the language of our tongue did not matter? What if we are just one happy people in this world? Can Nigeria ever get to that point? No. And that's the reason I think Nigeria should continue to Japa. Thank you.
Brilliant arguments from both sides. I don't know whether to japa or not, but we definitely can't conclude this talk show without getting our audience views. And we'll be throwing a question to our audience in order to get their views. Adara?
How can Nigeria be better to reduce the Japa tendency?
You only need a mom and a dad.
Mama, please can you answer this question for us? How can Nigeria be better to reduce the Japa tendency?
It's a big question because the problems seem complex. Like you have all mentioned several points. And I think they say in life you should change what you can. So I would say that you as a person should do the best you can in the view to make Nigeria better. You never know how much that effort you're putting in can go. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, our dear and wonderful mommy Prazel. And now we need to hear a view from a dad. Any volunteer? Any volunteer? You go now.
How can Nigeria be better to reduce the Japa tendency? Sir, please can you help us answer the question?
Nigeria can be better if we are intentional. Nigerian citizens, we need to be intentional in trying to make the change. Most of us are not intentional. So we need to raise a generation that has Nigerians at heart. That's my own opinion.
Thank you very much, sir. In conclusion, if we make Nigeria a better country, I mean, no one will want to run away. There'll be a time where there'll be no killing, stealing, bribery, and corruption. God bless Nigeria.
Amen.
Please, can you put your hands together for the senior secondary of Prazel Schools?
Spend or Splash 2024. Powered by Praise L Schools.